Everybody's doing something. We'll do nothing.
I think I might be able to help with the Pam dilemma.
We've come a long way since Frank the Tank, and we don't want him coming back now, do we?
The local big time show.
Super duper! That's nice!
What a crazy college football weekend.
Right?
Did you get to see all the games?
Yeah, so for starters, OSU shit the bed.
Oh, man.
How are you going to lose twice?
That's tough. And I love their coach, too. He's got that mullet.
I love that mullet.
That mullet's so
Our
good.
logo is basically like,
Him.
it's like a silhouette of what he looks like. It wasn't done on purpose, but that was the logo that we felt embodied our company. And it just so happens that he looks a lot like it. Yeah.
That thing. I would love to imagine what his barber looks like.
I think he probably does it himself, right? I don't think he has a barber. That looks like a self haircut.
But like scissors.
He's getting the bowl, sticking it on his head, and he's going.
But with like scissors.
He's taking it off, and he's going. Yeah, that's about right.
But he's doing it with like scissors you cut paper with, you know?
Exactly. Hey, yeah. It's like the scissors you get in the third grade.
Yeah. Just.
Yeah.
Looks
With the
even
rubber
on
handle.
both sides. Here we go.
All right, here we go. You know who really has that haircut is the owner of Las Vegas.
Oh my God!
He doesn't do anything with the front. It's a straight cut across.
But it's not straight. Have you seen it? It's like jagged.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not like perfect, but
like he's just cutting it at an angle.
yeah.
Oh,
That's definitely a self haircut too.
He looks like a thumb.
Oh my God, yeah. I love it. I love that he doesn't quell to the social norms at all. I love that.
If you saw him on the street, you'd never guess. Not in a million years.
You'd never guess he was a billionaire who owned the Death Star in Las Vegas.
You would think he's the guy who's buying scratch-offs and just ripping them in the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Carton of Marbs, and I'll take 2 6s to go.
Yeah. He's what we call the gas station hotel guest.
Yeah. He would be eating the hot dog from
checking in at the 7-Eleven around 8 a.m. Checking out at about 7 p.m.
How do you get some snacks?
Yeah.
That is, plus like the jeans that he has are from like the 80s too. They're like Walmart off-brands.
Yeah, what's his name? It's not Al Davis was the dad, right?
Yeah,
is it Al Davis Jr.?
Yeah, Al Davis Jr. You know what? I'm gonna have to get a picture of this guy real quick, just because he's just so perfect. Look at that fucking onesie.
Oh my God.
Leather. He looks like he lived in Southie in the 90s. Just leather Boston jacket.
God, I love that haircut. I wish I had the balls to rock that haircut. That's really what it is. I'm envious of how much he doesn't give a shit about what people think of him. I envy that. I wish I could kill that haircut. I can't. God, he rocks it so hard too.
Just so hard in people's faces.
You know, the funny thing is that it goes with him, right? It's like with that face and that body, that's the haircut that needs to be on that head.
Yes, the outfits that he wears are just ridiculous.
I'm telling you, I wish I had the balls to do that. I don't.
Like, ah.
What a beauty. I wonder what he's like as a guy.
He's got to be hilarious, right? You can't have the people.
I mean, that organization has had some tough in the last fucking 6 months.
They've had some tough bounces for sure.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, he blames the NFL.
Oh, I mean, if he's anything like his dad, he's got some like rogue blood in him, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
he's got some like fuck you, fuck everybody.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Nice pair of fucking 90s jeans.
God, look at this haircut right in the center. Oh my God.
Oh, the turtle. Look at this fucking thing. He's got the jeans. He looks like he just ripped scratch offs.
Yeah.
But, oh, God.
Billionaire. So right now I got the floorball world championships on.
Wouldn't their season just be starting?
The season is the same as the hockey season, but the world championships is like nations, right? So
Like a small
they,
tournament?
yeah, it's pretty awesome. And they're,
It's like the
you know,
junior hockey world tournament, when they do in December.
yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah. And yeah, all the nations. So today for the women, Sweden and Finland are in the finals.
Is that,
Play in like an hour.
is that
Yeah, they're the two best teams, Sweden and Finland. And then in the men, they're in the round robin stage right now. I tried out for Team USA, didn't make the cut this year, but they're they're doing all right. They're fighting the good fight. It's hard here in the USA because we don't have any training camps, right? Like there's no, and every other nation in Europe can have training camps because their country is like the size of Connecticut, right? So they can all have training camps when everybody's in like the same area as like New England, right? Yeah, like New England. But here in the US, like
scattered?
everybody's from like California, New York, Chicago. So there's no training camp. So, your only training camp is like 4 days before the tournament starts, which is like, I mean, how are you expected to compete when it's just like miserable trying to compete, but slowly but surely they're making their way and we'll see how it plays out.
New sport, right?
What?
Relatively new sport.
Yeah, yep, it was created in like the 70s. People have been playing ball hockey forever, but like floorball as an institutional sport, professional sport, like started like kind of like in the mid 70s. So yeah, it's very new, and here in the US it's even more new. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun, and yeah, everyone should check it out.
Did you see the Alabama game?
Did I see the Alabama game? Yes, I did.
What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen?
What do I think's going to happen? So
Do you think?
let's talk about the Alabama game first. Actually, there's nothing really funny in there. They just kind of like played really well.
They dominated.
Yeah, I thought it was a 1-for-1 game, meaning like you go down, I go down, you go down, and you have to match the other team. And if you start falling behind in matching, then you're screwed because both teams are pretty equal, right? So it's like two sprinters are sprinting. One guy at about 20 yards stumbles a little bit, and then he can't keep up because they're both running at the same speed. You know what I'm saying? So like as soon as it was like right at halftime, it was 17-17. And then when they came back out, as soon as Alabama got the like two possessions up on them, it was like over. It was,
Nick Saban, that guy just does it again.
He's a chess master.
Him and Bill Belichick, everyone just like counts these guys out, and they just slowly just march towards the.
You can never count out a coach who's a strategy genius.
Oh my god!
Never. Right?
Imagine what would happen if they stayed together.
It may be too much for one team, right? Like it's one of those things where it's like sometimes like that greatness needs space. When you got two guys doing the same thing that are great, it may be like too much juice in one room.
Yeah.
I think that's why like these guys, they outgrow each other, like because they outgrow the space, meaning like Kirby Smart can be Saban's assistant for only so long, and then he has to to grow. He has to be his own man.
Yeah.
Can't be two head coaches. I mean, essentially, that's what Nick Saban tries to do, right? Like,
yeah,
two head coaches.
I mean, that guy's coaching staff, he just pumps out head coaches.
Okay, but here's the really interesting segment that we should talk about is who are the top four going to be? Brought to you by Sparkling Ice beverages. These ice drinks are amazing.
They're the best party water out there.
Now, our water is going to be the best party water, but this sparkling water is pretty decent for just normal drinking. Yeah. I would love to get sponsored by these guys. I'm going to look them up. Yeah, okay. So who do you think?
Who do you think is going to be in the Final Four?
Okay, so I would say non-discussion, Alabama, Michigan, Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Some sort of 1 through 3, right? But the real heater of the question is who's going to be the 4? What do you think?
You got to give it to Cincinnati.
I think they should give it to Cincinnati.
They're going to get fucked. We already know they're going to get fucked.
You know who I think they're going to put in?
Who?
Notre Dame. I think they're going to jump Notre Dame over OSU to over Cincinnati to 4.
I know, but did you see that Brian Kelly dipped? He's not with Notre Dame anymore.
No, I know. That whole Brian Kelly thing is ridiculous.
So,
people hate him.
Does the committee want that? I mean, I can't believe he just left on his team. Finish the year out.
That's crazy. Leaving on the team like that?
You're about to be potentially in a national championship position, and now you just left, and I think the committee's going to be kind of iffy on letting a team like that in.
I honestly don't know what the guy's thinking.
Because Notre Dame doesn't have the greatest track record when they're on the national stage. They get blown out by Alabama by 60. Clemson blew them out by 40.
I know, but on some level, this guy has to be real about the fact that the SEC is its own animal. And everyone always wants to talk about, this team and that team and blah, blah, blah. You don't understand, the SEC, within the SEC, they believe that's the national title. So last night, Alabama beat Georgia for the national title in their brains.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care about what happened. I mean, they do care and they want the titles. But people in the SEC believe that is the only football. So to be a coach in that league, you have to be a murderer, right? You got the dude from Washington. You got Jimbo Fisher. You got Lane Kiffin. Okay, that's 3.
You notice how all the best coaches have just migrated.
Yeah. Then you got Kirby Smart. You got what's his face, Nick Saban, the Darth Lord. Okay, so that's 5 coaches you have to play up against every year. In which any year, that's 5 pro level coaches can beat you, right there. Okay, so Notre Dame, I know they don't compete on the national scale.
They get pumped every time.
In recent years, yeah, they've gotten pumped in recent years. But Sam, people have to understand that. I get it. The guy wants a national title, so he thinks he has a better chance at LSU. I think he's got a better chance at Notre Dame.
That's what I think. I think he's going to fail at LSU. There's way too
Everyone says you can't compete on the national scale, but anybody who's ever played sports will tell you this. No matter who the 2 teams are, no matter who's playing, no matter what the sport is and or whatever, a true athlete knows that when the game starts, those players have to perform that game. And truly, any guy can win if one guy, his mind is more dominant than the other guy in that moment, in that space, right? So it's 100 times this team would win, but right. So I think when you understand that about sports, but when you understand that about sports, then you have a better shot at the national scale of winning those 2 games than trying to get through the 5 games in the SEC. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, just do the math.
He literally has the easiest route if he stayed at Notre Dame. You don't have to go through that landmine of coaches.
I mean, the SEC is a fucking
Which
war
also
zone.
it kind of backs up my statement, which I'm guessing the SEC is just gonna leave every other college behind and then create their own.
Yeah, they've already collected like the 2 biggest economical powers in the other division, right? Like Texas and Oklahoma, they're the 2 biggest, like financially biggest, the 2 biggest financially sound brands.
Texas has its own network on television.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like those brands are like, that's like, you know, the Cowboys or the Yankees or the Red Sox. Like those 2 brands are the 2 biggest college football brands in that division.
Yeah,
right?
Crazy.
So like all they'd have to do, honestly, the SEC, all they'd have to do is add Oregon, USC, Notre Dame, Clemson, and Ohio State, and the 2 Michigans, and Penn State, and that would be the 1 division right there. Yeah. That would be the world division.
Yeah.
Right. So you just grab the 3 or 4 largest brands in every division.
Yeah.
And you just claim that into the SEC. And then, all right, like you could even include UCLA in there if you wanted to. That's a pretty big powerhouse college.
Yeah.
Stanford, you could add Stanford.
Because realistically, the NCAA has 0 leverage. What do? They don't hold any like rights. They don't trademark college football. Like anyone else can produce college football.
I don't know what the NCAA is going to turn into in the next 10 years, but I'm really curious to see how they survive.
They're fucked. They have to see the writing on the wall because they're just giving away. Like they're just letting players basically get paid.
I mean, yeah, I don't even know. I guess they still rule on like maybe like cheating stuff, like stuff that doesn't have to do with money, but that has to do with like maybe like assault, fairness, anything physical. Like fairness. Like if a coach hits a player, some shit.
Yeah, but then that's what like an SEC president could do.
Yeah, I don't know like at which level that falls. Like, does that fall in the university level? Does that fall in the NCAA level? I don't know. They could rule on things that had nothing to do with payment or money, right?
Yeah.
So there's a whole world of things you can get in trouble for. You know, drugs. They could do all the drug stuff.
But I'm saying you could just eliminate the NCAA and have the SEC president.
But what I'm saying is they do that now. Why get rid of them? If just keep that little machinery up going.
I know, but I think the schools can make so much more money.
I think everybody has such a bone to pick with the SEC that they just want to destroy them. And I say, just take away the minuses and keep the pluses, right? Like, I'm not about trying to destroy the NCAA or dismantle it. I think it should stay there and should focus on things it needs to do, like overseeing drug stuff. That's a big one. Any sort of grades and cheating. And I think, there's definitely room for them to exist. I just don't think they should have any sort of, I don't know. I'm curious to see what it'll turn into.
How about Lincoln Riley just taking off and going to USC?
See, that's surprising, but he may have played the smarter card than what's his name from Notre Dame, right? Like he may have gone the other way with it and said, okay, Oklahoma is now going into the SEC.
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm going to have to play against these 5 coaches. Why don't I go to another super prestigious school and just train on the whole pack?
He's going to fucking crush the Pac-12.
I mean, he has to recruit first, right? So not next year, but
California is a breeding ground of talent.
In 2 years.
Yeah. But California, homegrown kids,
they will all go to USC.
Yeah.
I know kids from California. My wife is from California. Her brother played California football. They all love USC.
They all dream to play at USC.
if USC is on the table, that's probably where they're going to go if they'll play. If a kid doesn't think he'll play, then maybe he'll go somewhere else. Or if he gets an SEC offer, right? So that's the only other offer that could challenge it.
I can't wait.
I
miss the old days when like Texas was really good and you had fucking USC with like Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush and like Lendell White. Those like unbelievable years.
Yeah, it comes in waves, right? So like certain years, certain groups are better than others. And
Michigan got beat by Appalachian State like 10 years ago. Now we're on top of the world. Let's go. Let's go.
Big win.
Big win. Harbaugh.
I'm glad they didn't struggle with Iowa.
I know.
That would have been stupid.
That would have been a Michigan way to go out, too.
You're right. Getting some sort of overtime barn burner.
Blocked punt.
Overtime barn burner where they lose on the 2-yard line.
Yeah. After they like led by like 30.
Right.
Like that's a classic Harbaugh move.
I'm happy for Harbaugh, but I think he's got to play Georgia now.
Yeah, but
either way, he was going to have to play. He was either going to have to play Alabama or Georgia.
Well, if Cincinnati makes it, I bet they do another rematch of Alabama, Georgia, and Michigan, Cincinnati, because that would be.
There's no way on this green earth they put Cincinnati 3.
Yeah, knock down. Put Georgia at 4. Alabama.
Oh, so you're saying Michigan 1. No, this is how they could do it. Michigan 1, Alabama 2, Georgia 3,
Cincinnati 4.
Cincinnati 4.
Exactly. So those are evenly distributed teams. Like Michigan, Cincinnati's going to be a lot closer than if Cincinnati played Alabama, because Alabama will hang like 50 on them.
That's an interesting take, to have Michigan 1, because not a lot of people here are saying Michigan 1. Everybody's saying Alabama 1.
They don't deserve it. I say it's a 1-1 split with Georgia, Alabama, so then you have to put them in that position.
Like everybody's saying how, the community doesn't care about rematches, so like they could have a rematch, Alabama, Georgia.
Because that's just going to make for better TV, because they're even, and Michigan, Cincinnati is probably going to be a closer game. Like Michigan's going to beat them, but it'll be a closer game to watch, and they won't lose like viewers after like halftime. You know? Well,
and here's the other thing too that kind of fits nice about that narrative is that you have both fan bases from the South, both fan bases in the North, right? So like Cincinnati and Michigan, they're really close to each other.
Yeah.
So that game can be like huge there, right? Yeah. Because both those fan bases are close. Same thing with Alabama, Georgia
too, which is like huge. Because I was talking to like the Notre Dame coach for hockey, and he said like they don't really they need to go to the Big Ten because the Notre Dame fan base knows the Big Ten schools, so they draw bigger when they have home games. Versus like if Harvard comes to town, they don't really know about Harvard.
Exactly.
So like Cincinnati knows Michigan because of proximity. Alabama knows Georgia.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense.
I meant to ask you, so those games are on New Year's, the semifinal games? There's no way you'll be able to get a ticket to the final. But Shannon and I are going to maybe try to get tickets to the semifinal. Would you want to go on New Year's if I got a ticket for you?
Yeah, I'd be down.
The only thing you would have to pay for is a flight down and a flight back up. And then everything else I would pay for. And you'd stay with me.
It's in Georgia?
Well, we're thinking that one of the semifinals has to be down this way because you have Alabama and Georgia probably.
You know what? If you do another Alabama-Georgia rematch, you put it right there. Boom.
I think the game would have to be at the Falcons Stadium because I'm looking at all the pro stadiums in the area and I'm saying, okay, I think the Falcons is the closest and the best.
Well, they've done it there before. They've done national championships before. Because remember Tua did that in Atlanta.
And if that's the case, well, then, I mean, it's basically just a flight here and then you stay at my house.
Yeah, I'd be down. That'd be sick.
I'm telling you right now, the tailgate, you wouldn't be able to park within like 10 miles of the stadium.
Oh, I'm sure 4 a.m. people are probably already barbecuing.
Oh my God. I bet like day before. Like, I bet it would be because it's New Year's, right?
Yeah.
It's on New Year's Eve day,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The 31st, the night of the 31st. Okay. So it's like, it's going to be one of those fan bases' best New Year's ever. Right? And my guess is that we may not even be able to get tickets, honestly, Sam. I mean, we're going to try, but we'll see, because it's like you have two fan bases that normally can fit in 100,000 seat stadiums now, both trying to get into an 80,000 seat stadium. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have 120,000 people that aren't going to be able to get tickets.
And you
just
have
in the fan bases. That doesn't even include outside people.
that's like not even like celebrities that like went to those schools.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't even account the eventness of it, right? That's just normal game. So, yeah, I don't know how. You won't be able to walk within 10 miles of the stadium, I bet. I mean, you'll be able to walk. You won't be able to like
go down and just interview people, because that would.
My guess is that it will be a scene. It'll be like nothing you ever saw before, I bet.
The creatures that you see down there in college football.
And like
they talk, but they need subtitles because it's just like the
tailgates I saw at just a normal Georgia game were crazier than anything I had ever seen at any tailgate at any game. I've been to pro games, I've been to Gillette, I've been to, playoff games. This was like guys had brought out 4 TVs and had like 4 TVs set up in a tailgate with like 5 tents and like also like 4 grills for just a normal season game. I don't even know. I can't even imagine what a playoff game is going to be like.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Imagine the barbecue that comes out of those places is probably out of this world.
And then both fan bases are within 2 hours, two and some change.
The highest cholesterol fan bases.
Yeah, you're going to have mac and cheese in your veins for like 2 weeks.
Just smoked brisket lodged in your throat and mac and cheese.
Let me tell you something. You are going to have quite a bit of smoked brisket stuck in your intestines for about 3 or 4 weeks.
Speaking of
the food will be insane.
Speaking of smoked meats, you know what I saw the other day at grocery shopping?
What?
Pre-cooked bacon, but like it was sitting at room temp on like one of those displays. So it's already cooked bacon, but it's
was it for like a breakfast side or something?
It was like
what would be the purpose of pre-cooked bacon out in the open?
You can put it on your sandwich.
Oh,
I thought they would refrigerate it because it's pork, and it's not supposed to be at room temp like every other.
It doesn't bode well that bacon was sitting at room temp. Bacon should be cold.
And I've seen it multiple times too, because there's just multiple displays of pre-cooked bacon at room temp. Everything else is like you look off into the distance, all the meat is on refrigeration. Pre-cooked bacon is at room temp. Like
bacon should always either be really cold or really hot. There's no need for bacon to be at room temperature. It should be cold, like it's in the fridge waiting to be cooked, or it should be hot because it just came off of a pan.
Exactly. But
there's no need for bacon to sit anywhere right in like room temperature level.
It's like the most chilling thing I've ever seen. And my favorite part is like, it's like, okay, if this thing can live at room temp, like what kind of cancer are we talking about that's coming from this fucking thing?
Cancer? I'd be more worried about like diseases, like everyday diseases,
like
sitting out in the open. Yeah, people breathing shit on it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, my favorite part is people are just so oblivious to the world. They're like, yeah, I really don't know where cancer comes from. It's like, really? The Cheez-Its that can last till fucking 4 years from now? You don't know where cancer comes from?
Maybe cancer comes from everything on the shelf that can sit there for longer than 2 weeks.
It's
Is
just like
there, are we wondering why it can do that?
you were baffled when the doctor said you had a lump.
So we have examples of normal food, and that goes bad within about a week, starts to grow mold. This food doesn't ever.
Like the
What's going on
McDonald's,
here?
like the McDonald's that
Oh
the
yeah,
people,
that's
have you ever
bad.
seen
Yeah,
those when people
McDonald's.
pull them out like 10 years later and it's perfect?
Yeah, probably shouldn't be doing that.
And people are like, we should really give money to this pink ribbon cause to stop cancer. Like, how about you stop shoving the fucking shit that has the same stuff that's in cremated people in your fucking mouth?
I know. There's people like can't handle that truth.
It just baffles
Yeah.
me that there's like this big surge to like, let's donate to try to find a cure for the cause. It's like
People would rather fix the problem than prevent the problem.
yeah.
Right? Like that, I never understand that in people's logic. They would rather have more sympathy to fix the issue and to make the issue okay and to feel okay than to have any sort of discomfort in preventing the issue from happening ever in the first place, right? So it's one of those things where it's like, let's not yell at the kid, but like, it's just crazy. I don't know. I don't have an idea of an example.
Like
right
the
now,
irony of the whole thing.
the irony of it is crazy. And it's the US is like number one culprit in that.
You like
The United
you
States
read, like the back
is the
of
number
it.
one culprit in that.
You read the back of it, like the first 5 ingredients are just preservatives.
Yeah.
Like you see like the expiration date says like 2 years from now. Like you think your body can digest that?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, everybody makes mistakes and everybody, has problems, but like that's the preservative thing. That's a big issue.
holy.
That's not just like being a dickhead and like on people. That's like, that really is a fucking problem. Like that does cause fucking problems in your body. Like people need to know that. Like, I don't care if you're 100 pounds or if you're 400 pounds. If you're eating preservative stuff, you are going to have problems. Even if you're 100 pounds and you're eating preservatives, you can get cancer, right? Like people who are healthy get cancer and stuff. People who are like, aren't overweight, but look normal and don't, right? They still get cancer and they wonder why they get cancer. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Like even it's because you're eating the stuff off the shelf that has preservatives. And that's like, not a weight issue. That's a health issue.
Yeah. That's just poison. It's crazy how many carcinogens. It's like
if you want to be 400 pounds and eat fresh pasta all day long, I got no issues with that.
Yeah, you'll live much longer.
You'll probably live to be 90. Yeah, right. Want a fucking rant? I'll give you a fucking rant. These strawberries have really been pissing me off lately.
Why?
Okay. They look delicious.
Yeah.
Right? Strawberries are like one of the best looking fruit, right? They look amazing. And their flavor, the strawberry flavor has been like
terrible.
Very mild. Bone to pick with these fucking strawberries.
That sucks. You know what I have a bone to pick? I got a little rant. Speaking of rants. Why do backup QBs suck so hard out of all the other backup positions? Mind you, like, on the defensive side of the ball, you'll have cornerbacks that get injured all the time, and you'll have subs coming in and out constantly that are, like, lower on the depth chart. You don't really notice a difference, right? You'll have backup linemen that come in. You don't really notice that much of a difference, right? Like, maybe they get beat, like, a couple extra times.
Yeah.
But anytime the backup quarterback goes in, they are fucking terrible. There's like
the game's over.
What?
It's like the game's over.
Yeah, like 10 INTs. Like, you have to have like a starter in this league to ever have like a chance. You can't have a backup play because it's just,
the announcers are always like, and the team's just struggling to keep it on the tracks.
like I'm watching, like I'm watching like the New Orleans Saints. Ever since
like their whole season is just destroyed.
Like ever since their quarterback retired, that team has no fighting chance ever.
No.
And they have an unbelievable roster. Like, that was a Super Bowl driven team.
Like, they're getting Aaron Rodgers next year.
Yeah. Like, it blows my mind. Like, anytime you see a backup go in, like Cam Newton comes in now, it's just 7 INTs later. Like, you're just like.
The games today, we've been talking college football. Like, let's turn it over to the NFL. Let's see here. Let's look at the old roster. Okay, Cardinals, Bears. That's a nothing game. Chargers, Bengals. Joe Burrow really needs to make a statement.
Chargers, Bengals will be good.
Bucks, Falcons. The
Ravens, Steelers will be good. Patriots, Bills. That's going to be the best game Monday night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tomorrow night. Yeah, Pats, Bills. That's really going to be.
That's for the division.
Yeah, and it's going to be a really good gauge to see where the Patriots are at. If the Bills play normal football, not this shitty football they've been playing the last 3 weeks. So I kind of hope they come, because it's mid-season, I kind of hope they come like full
It's at
go.
Buffalo, too.
It's in Buffalo. Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I want it to be as hard as possible. This game, I want this game to be as hard as possible for the Patriots, because that'll really show us like where they're at. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I want all the conditions to be against them. I want the Bills to play amazing. I want it to be like cold as fuck.
Yeah. Just 55-degree mile-an-hour winds.
And honestly, I don't even mind if they lose this one, because it'll jack them up for the end of the season.
It's crazy how quickly this fucking bus just turned around, and it's just another Bill Belichick thing. This is what he does.
I don't know how it's happening.
every fucking year he just does this. Everybody shits on him, and he just keeps chugging along.
Yeah, I don't know how he keeps doing it. He's a fucking crazy man.
He's just a genius. It's just crazy, the consistency.
Yeah, a lot of these games, it's not much here.
He goes, last year, yeah, we sold out. We sold out. This is what we have for a team.
Yeah,
But I'll tell you what.
The honesty level is just all the way up. I love that.
But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what, you're gonna be laughing next year, because guess what isn't that sold out? The salary cap.
He must have been sitting there in the draft going, like, how is Mac Jones available?
He's looking. He's got the phone here. He goes, "Am I gonna need to trade? Am I gonna need to trade?"
This is a kid who played for a guy who is a genius already.
Yeah, who's the Bill Belichick of college football.
Who was chill, sitting behind guys until his very last year, right? Like, wasn't a dick at all, was like in photos, like throwing it up with Jalen Hurts and stuff. Like, so the dude's like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good guy.
He's humble, just like Tom Brady.
I don't understand how other people like.
Stop me if you heard this. A quarterback nobody wanted, who sat all the way up until senior year, who's considered a winner at the collegiate level, who's got a milk body, who ran like a fucking 6'5".
Yeah, the weight room.
Did you not see the comparison in the pictures? The side by side. Identical.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Well,
I would love to like read like Mac Jones's like draft profile, but like people like make a video so like people are like, oh, he's just doing like a Tom Brady like motivational thing, but it just pans to Mac Jones.
it's Mac Jones in the end.
Yeah, it's Mac Jones in the end.
Oh shit!
So like
I gotta look at the
time,
score.
I think you're talking about like Tom Brady, how they always do that, where they do like the list of his accolades, where he's like slow outside the pocket, has the inability to throw the pass, because that's basically what they were doing. They were carving him up.
Like, this fucking game at?
All they said was low
10:30.
ceiling.
Okay.
Low ceiling. That's all they kept saying.
Yeah, low ceiling. Okay.
Looks like that low ceiling's marching right all the way to the AFC.
Yeah. Terribly low ceiling.
Hey, how about this one? So,
holy shit! They lost. Canada lost 16-3 to Estonia. It's not a good look.
Is Pavel Barber on the Canadian team?
Yeah, Pavel Barber. He's on that team, but I'm telling you, man, the tricks are great. And I'm not trying to downplay anybody's tricks because I do the tricks too, right? Like you see me doing the ping pong shooting tricks. It's just like when it comes to the game, it's not, you need 5 dudes. Like you all have to work as one unit. The game is so quick that it doesn't bode well for like in-game tricks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can be like the most skilled guy in floorball and your team could get pumped like 10-0 and you have no goals.
Yeah, it's just like the ball hockey. You just gotta move it.
You have to have all 5 people on the same page.
Yeah.
And that's why the other teams are so great, is because they play together and for so long.
Yeah. Hey, I got a great story for you. So, I had to pick a new provider now that I'm an adult. And
for what? Insurance?
No, well, for like
health insurance?
Well, no, like just like you have to pick a provider, so like you get like your physicals and all that sort of stuff, you know?
That's what I'm saying. For your cell phone?
No, but for health, like
health. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you didn't say that. I was like, wait, yeah.
Oh, no. But so when you call to pick a provider, the woman on the phone goes, "Yeah, no problem, male or female." I go, "Wait, what?" I go, what male asks for a male provider? Especially when you get a physical, like when you get that half-hand job, you know?
Yeah, I probably prefer female.
Yeah, I prefer female too.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to ask him, like, how many guys are picking a male provider?
Some guys only feel comfortable with other guys.
I know, but when you get that half-hand job during the physical, that's got to be awkward.
Yeah, it's not comfortable. Yeah. It's pretty awkward.
Like it's like the George.
It's awkward no matter what, even if it's male or female. It's super awkward.
Oh yeah, and all through elementary school, we had a lady that was 80 years old that was doing our physicals.
Yeah, and it's just an awkward moment where they're like, okay.
And they always try to like bring up like, oh, did you see the Lakers game last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
my nuts are.
I don't with the small talk. Okay, I just get it over with. I don't want. Let's just speed this up. I don't care about the Lakers game.
Yeah.
Your hand is halfway into my ball sack, and I don't care about the Lakers. All right, just like let's get it over with.
You're moving it.
This is the most uncomfortable situation.
You're moving it from, and the worst part is, oh, someone's bigger.
Oh my god! If they make any sort of comment about your unit, it's like 10 times more awkward.
Oh, that shouldn't be there. Kidding. Yeah, I'd like to play jokes here too, guy.
Yeah. How about you just do the test and we get this over with?
I just couldn't be. I can't imagine being like a gynecologist just seeing vaginas. Like I know they're not all roses, you know. Like
you have to pick that profession. That's the thing. And like, somebody else has this joke, and I don't want to say it's our joke because it's not our joke, but there's this great joke that's like, it's not like you're getting like the top 10.
10
I'm
hottest.
like, right? You're getting everybody who's got a problem,
Yeah.
right? So you're the person who has to fix. So you're not getting like great looking material, right? You're
Yeah.
getting stuff that's messed up, like
It's
that
like
you
when
gotta
you see
fix.
like the birthing process in middle school, you go, no, I might go the other way.
I'm good.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'm good.
No, I'm good. No,
I don't
thanks.
need to have a kid.
Yeah, I'm all set on
I don't need to
sex.
have a child.
Here's your little goodie basket with the condom. I'm all
Yeah.
set. That's
No, like
fuck.
that's so yeah, no, it's another comedian has that joke. It's hilarious, but it's so true. It's like like why just pick the foot or like the hand or the ear or something like you know what I mean? Like
I don't
just
get.
there's other areas that aren't like high stress that are still doctor. You know what I mean?
That won't ruin your fucking Monday.
That's not gonna ruin your eyesight.
Like the fact, how do you
Not
eat a
gonna
meal after
ruin your
that?
brain.
Yeah, like how do you eat a meal after that? I have no idea. Like you sit
Man or
down
woman.
at the family table and
It's
just
not like it's not like men are any better. It's you're still getting all the gross looking
oh
shriveled up dicks. Like
like bushes like you can't imagine.
yeah, and all the problems, right? You're not getting like top 10.
No,
You're
they're coming to you when a
getting the
situation
bottom of
occurs.
the bucket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're scraping the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, but
All these Pats fans are going bananas.
oh, of course.
I love how Pats fans just show I'm a Patriots fan too, but I just love how for whatever reason Patriots fans like can show no gratitude to like the football gods for the last 20 years, right? So you hear these Pats fans like, yeah, they better start getting it together because I'm not rooting for a losing team. Like, you can't give them a view, you can't give them a few buffer. Like years you just had
Like
20 years of raining down.
listening to Pats fans, you thought the world was burning.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh man, like just show a little gratitude to the football gods.
Like, I knew we weren't
Like,
going to be the best. I loved. My favorite was when the Pats,
yeah,
when
they
the Bucks,
better get it together.
when the Bucks played the Pats on Sunday Night Football, and
Yeah.
they
Oh, yeah.
interviewed the Townies. Did you hear the quotes from the Townies?
No, what were they ripping Tom Brady?
Oh my god, for starters, they found like the fucking backwood Wakefield beauties. Like that just ripped
All the
scrap-
dudes who came down from New Hampshire.
every person that wears a yellow construction vest and a sweatshirt. Who would be your like top 5 actors that you'd want to work with if you had the opportunity?
Oh man. Limited to 5 is like would be crazy hard for me. But fuck. I'd have to like put them in different brackets, like drama, comedy, right? Because like right off the bat, you got like Matt Damon, Leo, Pacino, De Niro, Pesci,
Would that be your drama? Do 5 in each.
Denzel,
Do
Jamie
drama and comedy.
Foxx,
Split them.
Dave Chappelle. What?
We'll split them. Do 5 for comedy, 5 for drama.
Well, I just gave you like 7 for drama right there, right?
That's true.
And that was just men. That doesn't even include women, right? And then I'll do men for comedy. That would probably be like Dave Chappelle, Will Ferrell, Larry David, maybe Jack Black.
You know what mine would be?
Who?
I bet you as soon as I say these, you're going to be like, ah, fuck, these are good ones.
Who?
Jonah Hill,
Oh yeah.
Danny McBride.
Yeah. Oh, Danny McBride's definitely in mine.
Got it.
100%.
You got it. Then I had Adam Devine.
Yeah.
And then I would say Larry David for sure. You got it. He's like the GOAT. I think I'm at like 4.
Steve Carell.
Yeah, I had another one that.
I mean, all the guys from Anchorman.
Oh.
Vince Vaughn. Right?
Yeah.
Like Vince Vaughn.
And then I would say
Anybody from a Judd Apatow film.
oh, seriously, just Judd Apatow.
That's really, I guess that's really my top 5 actors to be with anybody who is in a Judd Apatow production, including television, Freaks and Geeks, Undeclared, all of it. Huge Judd Apatow junkies over here. These guys.
He's the best. He's the best. Quentin.
If you ever want to come on the podcast, Judd Apatow, we would love to have you on.
We'd love to hear your side of things about the podcast.
So if super famous Judd Apatow ever wants to come on to our local podcast show about comedy, we would love to have
my 5th. Charlie Day. Charlie Day's my 5th.
Oh, anybody from Sunny.
Anybody from Sunny. You got to put them in there.
Yeah, for sure.
They'd be the best to work with. Mac or Charlie Day. What's the Dennis's? What's his real name?
Guy who plays Dennis.
Yeah.
Glenn Howerton.
Yeah, he'd be.
Yeah, Glenn with 2 N's. That's his. That's his tag on Twitter. Glenn with 2 N's.
Danny DeVito would be unbelievable to work with.
Danny DeVito, yeah.
That'd be a fucking great lineup. But hey, speaking of now that I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do after the podcast for food, last week, you know where I stopped by?
Where?
Good old burrito gas station. And guess who I saw?
That's a tough look.
Oh yeah. Guess who I saw?
Who?
Our boy was there. So this was what happened.
Who?
The guy that was using his bare hands to touch
that guy.
the counter, and then he makes your sandwich.
Yeah.
So he's got like a huge, big old belly on him, right? So it's like
Yeah.
a perfectly round one, and he wears this like. So I go in. He's got this black polo on. It's got the logo of the gas station, but it looks like he's got like flour or some shit from cooking like all over his polo. So it's like faded black, right, with some sort of white shit, and he's got maybe some cheese on the side.
Yeah.
He does the cooking and he does register, but there's 2 of them. So I go in, and he's working the grill, and another kid's working the register. I was like, oh, I'm like, do you have any sausage burritos? He goes, no, but I can make you one with the bacon. And I was like, all right. So mind you, our boy is on the grill, right?
Yeah.
He's making a Philly cheesesteak for this.
He's crushing a Philly cheese at like 8 a.m.
Yeah, this guy ordered a Philly cheesesteak at 8 a.m., right? So
that's a tough look on a Sunday morning.
Oh, yeah. Talk about
gas station Philly cheese.
Oh, yeah. Like
Pre 9 a.m.
And you know that meat is not real meat at all. Like it's like
God, the whole meal's not real. It shouldn't even exist.
Yeah, that thing's not going to digest in your body for like 2 years.
The whole experience shouldn't be happening.
So he's working the grill, right? He's got the meat and the peppers going, and then he's got a hoagie roll on a piece of on a paper plate, and he puts like the mayo down on both sides. And the kid that I had, he had gloves on, right? So he's making my burrito, and I look over, that kid doesn't have gloves on. He's using his bare hands to make that guy's sandwich. And when the kid goes,
is the guy even noticing?
Oh yeah, he's hanging over the counter watching his sandwich.
Totally okay with it.
Totally okay with it. But if you saw this guy, like you knew, like nothing will kill him, right? Like he won't die of cancer; he'll just die of old age.
Oh my God, there's people don't understand. There are some of these dudes in Vermont that can never die. Nothing can kill them.
Like nothing can kill them.
Like
they
whatever's controlling the universe has to kill them because there's nothing on this planet that can kill them.
Like they chain smoke nonstop 2 packs a day, and the doctors are like baffled how they still breathe.
Some of these guys I was working carpentry with in Vermont, Sam, are some of the hardest dudes I've ever met. And not like hard, like as in like, oh, I'm a tough guy, like, you know, I'm a hard dude, but like just like for real, like they're like rock, like they're made of rock. It's just like some of like these dudes are just like
their hands, because they're just naturally just gonna stay in this position from just
they got a grip that could crush a lobster shell like a fucking Bic pencil.
And like their skin is so dry and just like just permanently. Why are they always permanently fucking dirt covered?
And every one of them, like no matter what they're doing for their job, every one of them is like a mason, a carpenter, a plumber, a fucking electrician, a fucking right. Like every one of them can do every one of those jobs.
Oh yeah,
like whether they're a carpenter or whatever, like they can do all the jobs.
They're unbelievable. It's the craziest part is they're geniuses when it comes to like construction, but when you hear them talk, it's like someone scratching a chalkboard with their fucking.
A lot of them don't talk. That's the thing. A lot of them they don't talk a lot. Like they don't have to. It's just like fucking their lives are like really peaceful and simple, and they make good money and they take vacations when they want to. It's like a really great life, actually. And a lot of I try to tell people like, don't go to Vermont and do it.
Oh God!
The only hard thing about it is doing the construction in the winter, but you got to be a hard person to do it.
Well, these people are checking all the boxes because it's just
construction.
And my favorite part is some of them are just permanently tan. Like they're like the color of your leather couch, you know?
Yeah, and they're the color of your leather couch in Vermont, where there's like zero sun for the entire year. Like, where are these dudes getting tan like this?
They've been working inside for like 6 months, and they're just permanently leather colored.
Everybody who comes out of Vermont is the color of fucking
snow,
right? These guys look like they belong in Miami. I don't know how.
And like their outer, like the clothing that they wear on their daily basis is also a cross of their work clothes as well. So it's like shit on their jeans, you got paint on their t-shirts, like you know the types. Oh, so this guy, so he's hovered over the and he's an old fucker too. So those guys are like, they're not scared of anything. Like, you know, oh, you want a mask? No. Like they're like the first people, like they'll never, like as soon as the mask law was over, like they just threw that thing away.
Yeah.
They get the vaccine 1 round, maybe, like not even.
Dude, their blood is the vaccine. They went and grabbed their blood, and that's what you're getting injected in you to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Hill people.
Yeah, they're the best. And my favorite saying is they're tougher than a set of winter tires, but dumber than an inbred donkey.
Yeah, I would question the dumbness. They ain't dumb.
Yeah, because that's true.
They're not dumb. Very, very smart people. Yeah.
But so he's hovered over the fucking counter, right? So And
yeah, I forgot about the rest of the
yeah,
story.
yeah. There's a whole other part to this story. Is so he's hovered over the counter watching his sandwich get made, and
Yeah.
the kid was like, he's like, all I got is a bacon wrap. He goes, we can get it made with sausage. And I see that he has gloves on, so I go, yeah, but can you make it for me? Because I look over to see the other kid without gloves on, right? So he's like, yeah, no problem. So he like unravels it, like heats the sausage up. Meanwhile, I look over to the other kid. So the kid with gloves on, he put the cheese out for the Philly cheesesteak on the roll, right? Because he was like prepping mine at the same time, and so then he goes back to working on mine. That kid that without the gloves, our boy there with the belly, he like is going to like put the peppers on, and one of the cheese squares gets like flipped up, so it's like hanging over the side of the roll. So he tries to pick it up with his hands, right? So he's picking it up like this. Mind you, it wasn't like one pick up and then drop. It was, he couldn't grip it, so he just kept picking at it, trying to move it. I was watching for like 2 minutes trying to like get it, and then he finally picked it up and put it down.
That's terrible.
Oh yeah, I'm watching him just like, and his fingers have like shit in the nails and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
So then he puts the meat on the Philly cheesesteak, makes the sandwich, and right after he's done, he just starts hitting his belly with his hands. I go, oh god, if he's doing that, it's like, he's probably touched like 40 things before that sub was even constructed.
Oh yeah, it's the no gloves right off the bat's gonna kill you.
It's
Because
just
the accumulation of the things that your hands touch is just
especially when you're running back and forth working the register.
Well, because you're not only is it the things that you touch, it's touching the things that other people touched.
Oh yeah. And it's just
Yeah.
like touching money, then touching your sub.
Yeah, money too. Yeah, money's really not good.
Yeah, touching money, then putting your sub together, like opening the roll with your bare hands.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
And that attacked Seth Rollins on live TV. Did you see that?
I did see that.
That was crazy.
Wasn't that just a crazy person?
Yeah, but he got catfished by someone pretending to be Seth Rollins. That's why he attacked him. Because the catfish Seth Rollins took like a shitload of money from him.
Oh my God. So he just like went nuts on the real Seth Rollins.
So he goes, well, this guy just took 100 fucking grand and doesn't plan on paying me back. He's like, shows up to fight him.
Why would you ever give a celebrity 100 grand?
Well, there's a show based on catfishing. I don't know if you saw this, and the people are as gullible as they are fucking.
They're still.
Right.
They made a movie about it. There is a currently running MTV show about it, and people are still getting catfished.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Rihanna's definitely into me.
People are still sending money to celebrities.
Oh yeah.
Like, what is going on? What is going on in their brain?
I just like it's like now it's public knowledge that catfishing is a thing.
That's what I'm saying. There was a movie, a television show that is still on and producing many episodes that air.
Oh, I just love it when they're like, yeah, I'm talking to Rihanna. Really, the hottest girl in your high school wanted nothing to do with you, but you're talking.
But you're gonna be talking to Rihanna.
Yeah, with 4 Facebook friends she has.
Yeah, the secret Rihanna has 200 friends, all from countries you can't even name.
It's like,
yeah, you're talking to the real Rihanna.
Yeah, it's just, it baffles me. But yeah, that's the craziest part is not the fact that some random fan jumped Seth Rollins. It's the fact that the fan,
which is crazy in and of itself.
Crazy in its own self. It's the fact that the fan sent screenshots to the police about, because he got arrested and he had to tell his side of the story.
Yeah.
So the screenshots got released, and it's like,
yeah.
Like he just keeps like requesting more and more money. He goes, yeah. He's like, and like the fact that he just keeps going with it, he goes, I already sent you money. He goes, how much more do you need? Like, draining this guy. He's like, Seth Rollins,
Oh man.
you think he needs your 50K? He's on TV, dude.
They're just not thinking it through.
And
Man.
he was full head of steam. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. Like if people are getting
Catching them in
catfished,
reality, right?
yeah, like why aren't fans just showing up and like shooting these celebrities? Like
I think it takes quite a bit of balls to jump on into a fucking
I know, but if
stage.
they're that fucking to go to believe that they're talking to fucking Drake or Rihanna or like Cameron Diaz, like who's to say that like they're not just gonna show up at that like you know
Yeah.
like when they have like the crazy stalker that buys them like the shoes that they want and like the size that they need.
Yeah, that's crazy shit. Like I don't understand how people let it get that far, but I'm not in their brain, so
I just think it's not the fact that he got attacked on live TV. It was the fact that
I can't believe that there was a crazier story to go along with that video that I thought was already fucking bananas.
oh, he thought he was talking to the real Seth Rollins. It was a catfish. Got pissed that he drained his bank account and attacked him. Showed up to fight him.
That is fucking crazy.
And then
That's
he had
so
to
crazy.
naturally had to apologize.
I mean, of course.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a tough one to swallow.
Wonder if the real Seth Rollins will like invite him to an event. I can't replace the $100,000 you lost, but I can get you front row seats to the next fucking WWE set.
Hey, water under the bridge.
Water under the bridge.
My favorite
Listen,
part.
buddy, it's looking like you're having a tough time, so I'm gonna drop this one.
I'm gonna drop the lawsuit because I just read your story and I'm so sorry. I
Yikes!
had no idea there was more to it.
Want some free seats?
What size T-shirt are you?
I can get you a voucher for the snack bar.
Give you a $50 credit.
I can get you free seats and a voucher.
And then my favorite is, did you hear about this one hits close to home. The Boston high school that had to use a party bus with a stripper pole in it for their field trip.
How are they explaining that one to the fucking fifth graders?
Only in Massachusetts would this happen. Where they just,
There's no way to take the pole out.
All right. The Boston AP, a group of high school students in Massachusetts, had a ride on a party bus complete with a stripper pole and neon lights during a recent field trip. An experience their teacher said highlights problems with the educational system.
Oh my god!
Jim Mayer, an
It doesn't
11th
sound like a problem with the education system. It sounds like somebody booked the wrong bus.
Yeah.
You're telling me that bus was cheaper than a fucking school bus? I don't think so. Somebody made a mistake.
Listen, 250, yes, it's $250 for an
There's
hour.
no way you're going to convince me that a stripper party bus is cheaper than a yellow school bus. There's no way.
Especially, I don't know, say 11 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Even with a driver. Even with a fucking driver.
I'm sure discounts are available, like $50.
Somebody made a mistake and they didn't want to lose their job. Yeah, that's what happened.
Jim Mayer, an 11th grade advanced placement language and composition teacher. Yeah, those guys are always no fun to begin with, even before the stripper pole story.
Yeah.
Right. They're like the least fun kid to hang out with in
Oh
college.
no, he's a bundle of boring.
He definitely reads books on the weekend for like enjoyment. But
Books are no books. They're just not fun to talk to.
language and composition teacher at Brook Charter School in Boston said in the since deleted tweet that the original charter bus had fallen through. It's a funny story, but there's actually a real bus shortage and it speaks to the major flaws in our educational system, he said, adding that the field trip was a success. He is now using the attention he's getting because of the original tweet to urge people to better understand educational inequalities and other problems facing the nation's schools.
Of course he is.
Yeah, of course you're going to use this.
Nobody cares about the education system,
Yeah.
okay? Clearly, teachers get paid $5 to do a fucking crazy job.
Yeah.
So,
to deal with.
listen, guy, okay? It's not cool to be cool about education, okay? So nobody cares.
Yeah. He's quoted, "I'm worried that there's too much attention being paid to the tweet itself, or simply that the fact that it went viral instead of my attention to many systematic issues."
Of course he is, because everybody wants to talk about a stripper bus. Nobody wants to talk about a bus shortage.
Yeah, that sucks. That story's...
Gives a shit about a bus shortage. Just buy more buses.
Yeah. "Many systematic issues that are facing not just my students, but students across the country," he wrote in a follow tweet. "For example, districts across the nation are struggling to hire enough drivers to shuttle kids to school, and some states have become creative in including Massachusetts, which is enlisting the National Guards to drive school transport vans."
Okay, yeah, you know what's not funny is a whole bunch of fucking education system woes, okay?
Yeah, you know what?
Everybody's education system blows.
You know that is funny. The guy that called XXX.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what is
Nobody
funny?
cares about the lack of money going to children's brains. Okay?
You know what is
We all
funny?
just
The
want to talk
fact
about
that they
stripper
problem
bus.
solved stripper pole bus for a solution. I would love to see the guy who
Children are
chuckled.
getting dumber. Nobody cares.
That,
Let's get a stripper van.
Is that Jimmy Hayes' class? Yeah, fuck him. Stripper pole.
Yeah.
Think of that Spittin' Chicklets logo for the Vegas Ball Hockey Cup.
I haven't seen the logo yet.
Yeah, you did. You posted it.
Oh, that logo. Yeah, for Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
I wonder. I'm curious to see what they do because.
Yeah, so the Vegas, the next one's in Vegas. Yeah, we gotta get in first.
I'm
So
curious
hopefully we
if
get in.
Do they have a co-ed division?
I would think I think one of two things. They'll either have a co-ed division or just a straight girls division, right? Where it's only girls on your team.
Yeah. Well,
But if they have a co-ed division,
That's
we'll be in the co-ed division.
yeah, we got to be in the co-ed division.
sure.
We had a great co-ed team the first time we went. I wonder.
And even if they do, yeah.
Do you think they expand the amount of teams?
No, I think they keep it that amount. That was a good amount of teams. I think if you have more teams than that, it gets crazy.
I mean, they had the co-ed one was the only one that suffered.
Yeah. And I don't even know if we don't even know if it was a logistical thing. I'm not sure what the issue was there.
No, I think those teams
But-
pulled out, which fucked everything up.
Maybe, yeah, they pulled out. Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I mean, for people who are listening, our sort of backstory with Barstool is that we're from the Northeast and I'm 37. And so I kind of grew up, following Barstool, because they're from the Northeast and we're from the Northeast. So we've been following them ever since, he was
The
just doing it
website
ever since he was doing it out of Boston. And, we've been fans of their material and we've always just followed their stuff. And yeah, we're just big fans of the different stuff they have. And
you know what?
so we got to go to the Barstool Hockey Fest, the first one they had in Detroit, and it was a ton of fun. So.
Yeah. You know what my favorite part about the whole like going to the actual Barstool Ball Hockey Tournament was the fact is we kind of got in with Barstool at a like early age when there was like the Boston site, there was a New York site, and then there was a Chicago site. That was all they had, and each page had their own like distinct like what they were talking about for that city, right? That's how it used to be. And then you see like where it's at now, it's crazy because that was like a full production, like top of the line, like everything just ran smoothly. Like it's crazy to see like it come from like a basement or from
And I think whether you hate Barstool, or whether you hate, Dave, or whether you just hate the fans, or whether you love the fans and love the material, no matter what, you gotta see that this thing started from very, very tiny, and now it is a huge multi-platform distribution arm. So you just have to respect the fact that it's just been good business, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's created something from nothing, and people can hate you or love you, or they can think you're misogynistic, or they can think whatever they want to think about you, but it's been good business. And I personally like their stuff, and I think, they're decent people now. I mean, other people hate them, and that's fine, but we like them. So.
Yeah. I forgot to ask you, what did you think about the ball hockey tournament?
I loved it. I had a blast at the ball hockey tournament in Detroit.
Yeah, what'd you think about it?
Yeah, I loved it. I thought we had a lot of fun. I mean, you had fun?
I had a
Well,
blast.
you played goalie.
Minus the heat stroke, I had a blast.
Yeah.
That
Everybody had fun except for every goalie on every team who was dying of heat stroke, because not one human being played defense.
My favorite part was like the lady that was doing EMT. She had this, you could just see her in the background running from rink to rink with this big cardboard thing, trying to fan goalies back to life.
Right.
Like people
That
were
was the biggest thing, was the goalie, right?
Oh, I've never wanted to throw up so hard in my life, and it felt like my brain hurt like the whole week after we got back, because I was just so dehydrated. Every game, I looked like fucking death. I'm just sitting there like this.
Yeah. Had some of the sweetest goals in the tournament for sure, but nobody played defense.
Oh, it's
goalies
just
getting hundreds of shots every game.
3-on-0, 2-on-1.
A lot of 2-on-0s. A lot of 2-on-0s.
Fucking the worst part is too, like, and the rink's not that big, right? So
very small quarters.
Very quick transitions, right? So as soon as it's in your offensive zone, it's already out and in your D zone. Like, it's just that quick, right? So like when I'm dying of heat stroke, the first thing I'm gonna want is a water, and as soon as I go to turn around to like get a drink, some asshole fucking shoots it from full court, like into the net.
You're getting a clapper right back at you.
Yeah, like I get a clapper like right in the bag, just like just fucking trying to drink. It's like, dude, you have fucking shorts and a t-shirt on. I'm in full gear on blacktop at 100-degree weather, sweating. Like,
bro, do not take a clapper at me from full court.
Like, yeah, like, can you just fucking rest it? Like, there's the unwritten rule is half court, dickhead. like everybody else is shooting from half in, right? This guy's T-bombing.
Taking clappers from full.
Yeah. He's going to tell his wife later, like, that's how you play hockey, too. Like, I was taking those T-bombs.
There were some guys out there who were trying a little too hard.
Oh, I got men's league later tonight. Mind you, the level of hockey IQ and talent is like fucking oil and water, right? There's guys that have played Div 1 college. We have guys that played for the Blackhawks. And then we have the guy.
And then you got a place like D3 Vermont.
Yeah. Then you got the guy who's like Happy Gilmore. Yeah. You got the Happy Gilmore of your fucking full stride team who can't skate, whose only job is, we have a guy who crosses the red line and winds up.
Who won the high school Division II state championship.
He's
going to line up against the pro.
And my favorite part is the worst part is those guys work the hardest too. So it sucks because you even how bad they are, like, you can't coast because they're back checking 100 miles.
Yeah, and they don't play like proper hockey, right? So you have to fucking work hard because they're not playing proper position hockey.
Yeah, but they work like so hard. So like, yeah, they go 100 miles forward in the offensive zone with their head down. But once they turn that puck over, they're going 100 miles back, chasing you down too. Like like hockey has positions. Like
crushing a
yeah.
breakdown.
This guy will just follow the puck all the way around the rink. Like, hey, let's pass him off. Like that's the defensive person's job.
Right.
Like nope, they'll just follow them around the rink.
My God.
But yeah,
nothing better than a fucking men's league scrimmy. There's always a couple of dudes who want to fight, trying to start some shit.
And it's the word.
I'm just trying to enjoy my time.
Yeah, guys that block, like those guys also like block shots too. Like, dude, it's Sunday. I'm going into work Monday, walking around with no limp. Okay, that's how I want my day. Like those guys that walk in like proud of their like black and blues from pickup sports are the biggest hardos ever. Yeah. Like how'd it go yesterday? Yeah, we won. My team won. Blocked the winning shot.
Yeah. Well, we did well at Barstool. We made it to the championship game. We made it to the championship game in our division. We lost to a team that was clearly trying way too hard, but whatever.
One of their players was getting into it with our girls. Like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
They were.
It's a tournament. Have fun.
They weren't having fun.
Speaking of which, we also pissed off the team before us as well. Now that I think
they didn't like us either.
For some reason, got bad street cred because the second semifinal game ended at half.
Yeah, they didn't like us.
It went real quick, 0-60.
Yeah, that was like a thing with the ref, though. That wasn't our fault.
Hey, do not argue with the ref. And you know what doesn't help? Having another person come in to argue with them.
No, here's the best thing. Why are you going to argue with the referee, period, in any sport? Never going to help you. Then you're going to argue with the referee in a ball hockey tournament? Like, what the fuck is your
You
problem?
think he has, 30 ball hockey games under his belt? Like, you think
oh, my God. Like,
for life?
What, your record in ball hockey is now tarnished? You know nobody gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's here to, party and drink and have fun, right? That's what this is about. It's not really about the ball hockey.
I went to bed 2 hours before this game started.
This dude's all up in our shit about fucking refereeing and stuff. And it's like, I felt bad for the ref, dude. Like, the ref clearly was like, why are you getting in my face?
He also went to bed 2 hours before the game started. He's got sunglasses on, just doing one of these. Just, why does it matter?
The poor ref is just trying to handle the situation as best he can. Like, man,
with a throbbing headache.
Here. Like, who cares if it's 6'3" or 6'4"? Like, I what?
All because of the score too. That's the saddest part.
It was because of one goal. Because the other team said it was 6'4", and the ref was saying that it was 6'3", and the other team decided to have a diarrhea attack about it. And we're all standing there looking at them having this freak out. Like, you realize we're at a ball hockey tournament and everybody's hungover as fuck, right? Like, we're freaking out at a bunch of people who are standing here like, please, can you just quiet down?
I'm tasting Pink Whitney coming out of my pores.
Yeah, sweating Pink Whitney. And these dudes are getting all pissed off over scoreboard.
It is.
And we're just like,
way too loud to be this angry. It's way too early to be this angry.
Our goalie's hanging, you were hanging on the net. What are they saying?
Life raft.
What are they talking about over there? You didn't even know.
The greatest thing was when those games ended early. That was the fucking.
Oh my God, that was the gift.
Because
right there.
Every other game, the worst part was whole cloud cover the entire afternoon. Right, we go finally one game with some shade. As soon as puck drop, cloud gone.
Cloud's gone.
Not a cloud in the next 50-mile radius.
Yeah.
And the sun is like this over an all black pants, pad, helmet.
Yeah, I got a great tan, but I only had a shirt and shorts on. So.
That one
it was really great for me. I got a little bit of sun. got a good sweat in. It was actually really comfortable for anybody who wasn't a goalie.
Seriously. My favorite part is like when Biz saw Connor and just left the crowd that was hovering around him and just handed him the drink, goes, "You need this?" That's how you know we weren't ready to play ball hockey.
Yeah, exactly.
He goes, "You look like you're in rough shape. Take this."
You need this. Yeah.
Water?
We had a
No.
great
Alcohol
time.
to keep
And
you
you guys
going.
had a great time with Biz and Wit at the casino, right?
Oh yeah, we shut the place down. It was awesome. It was like me, Biz, Whitney, like Grinelli was there, Nate Dog. He was.
Yeah, at the tables, right?
Oh yeah.
Where are we playing blackjack?
Oh yeah. It's that you gotta study that little card. That thing is dynamite. It's crazy.
How'd the table do when you were there?
We left.
Did you win money?
Somewhat. I don't remember a whole lot.
I'm not really sure how the night ended, but I think we were happy.
We were high-fiving.
We were high-fiving.
Probably because I was eating like all the 21 cards for everyone else. You sure you want to keep pulling money out? You're not getting those hands. Like, giving everyone else like fucking tens, just sitting on like twos.
Yeah, no, I think, and yeah, if we get, like I said, if we had a great time. So if we get picked again, that would be like, we'd have a blast in Vegas.
Seriously, that would be fucking awesome. I pray to God it's colder. You had literally a goalie fall on his back, and he took maybe 5 minutes to get up.
To get back up, yeah.
And he wasn't moving for like the first 2 minutes. He just sat there like this.